A day after Michael's passing, June 26, 2009, Wade made a statement, and it reads, Michael Jackson changed the world, and more personally, my life forever. He is the reason I dance, the reason I make music, and one of the main reasons I believe in the pure goodness of humankind. He has been a close friend of mine for 20 years. His music, his movement, his personal words of inspiration and encouragement, and his unconditional love will live inside of me forever. I will miss him immeasurably, but I know that he is now at peace and enchanting the heavens with a melody and a moonwalk. I love you, Michael. He is the reason I believe in the pure goodness of humankind.
I was shocked too, and I think it's sick, because I know Michael well enough that he wouldn't do anything like that. I know that for a fact. He's a very, very nice, kind person. He wouldn't hurt anybody. He doesn't have a mean bone in his body. He can do anything.
Nothing.
No.
Kissing, hugging.
He's hugged me, but that's his friendly hug.
Why was it important for you to stick up for him?
Because he's always been a friend to me. That's what you do for friends. You tell the truth, you know?
He sexually abused me from 7 years old until 14.
It looks like you lost another one.
I can't. I really can't. When Wade was 5 years old, he won a dance competition, and this was while Michael Jackson, he was on the Bad Tour, and Michael asked him if he wanted to dance with him during one of his shows. So, of course he does. Wade talks about how he learned how to use his legs, or when he was coming out of the womb, he was doing the Thriller dance. So he had been a huge fan all of his short life and later on into like adulthood. Anyways, Michael believed in his talent, and as Michael always does, he's always pushing people to believe in themselves, to go for their dreams, and he is going to help or assist with that in any way that he can. He always does that, whether it's for, you know, something art related or creative, or if it's something related to saving a life. I just can't believe that in 2025 that this is happening. Fast forward, when Wade was 9, he moved to the US with his family, his mother and his sister. Michael Jackson, he assisted with all of that, you know, financially and connections wise, and getting them situated in a new place. Out of the kindness of his heart.
You're my guest.
After he helped them out, he recruited Wade Robson for the Black or White video, Jam, and Heal the World.
Not about races.
The anti-human race. Amazing opportunity, right? He's already building his resume. Michael introduced Wade and Brandy on the set of Black or White. Brandy is the daughter of Jackie Jackson, Michael Jackson's niece. You have your little puppy love going on or whatever. Here's Brandy talking about her relationship with Wade.
So my uncle introduced us. My uncle had already known Wade and his family.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Wade had developed a crush on me.
Okay.
So I'll briefly explain.
Yes.
He and I met in 1991, approximately. We had done, excuse me, an LA Gear photo shoot,
Right.
as well as the Black or White video.
Yeah.
We had done those together. And he started to develop a little crush. So he asked my uncle if he could maybe set up a situation where we could get to know each other better.
And how old were you then?
Approximately 9 or 10.
Okay.
He and I were both born in 82. I'm just a little older than him. So this was approximately 91 when we met. Like a puppy love situation. It was just a very normal thing. We spent about a week there getting to know each other. At the end of this trip is when Wade asked me very sweetly if I would be his girlfriend. So from that point on, is when we started dating. But again, let me stress that it was a very age-appropriate relationship. It wasn't like we were having this sexual relationship at, 11, 12 years old. Michael was his lifeline. That was his friend, his mentor, his everything. So when Michael passed, he didn't know what to do anymore.
Wade, given his connection and relationship with Michael Jackson over the years, in my opinion, I think he felt entitled to any Michael Jackson celebration or show happening. And since he's a dancer and choreographer, he probably felt entitled to take on that role. This was for the Michael Jackson Cirque du Soleil show, and Wade was speaking on it, trying to manifest this role. This wasn't an official thing. Wade was not hired.
I'm starting on Cirque du Soleil Michael Jackson show, which is exciting and terrifying all at the same time because it's such a huge responsibility. But that was why I took it on. Michael was such a huge part of my career and life. We were friends for 20 years before he passed, since I was 7. So it's an opportunity for me to give back a little bit to his legacy. It's such a big part of his legacy, and to make sure as much as I can that it's done right and that it really represents his essence.
And then he didn't get it. He was up for it. He didn't get it. And that, how it is in the entertainment industry. You announce something that you're doing and then it's not happening. That's not a good look, and I think that those things kind of spiraled him out of control. In addition to the fact that he had burned a lot of bridges in the industry, he was having a hard time finding work.
You can't really depend on him or ask him for things anymore. He put you on, he changed your life, he moved you to America with your family, he got your career started, you got to work for MTV, you got to work with Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake, and you got to choreograph certain videos. You worked with Janet Jackson for the 2009 tribute for her brother after he passed away.
They moved here when he was 8, turning 9, but he was molested from 7 to 14.
He sexually abused me from 7 years old until 14.
How many times did you rehearse that?
Everything is just constantly changing to fit this narrative that they're trying to tell.
Yes, from the age of 7 to 70.
Who's scary now? Who's the freak now? Freaky boy?
Freakster.
Freak circus freak.
Scary freak. Is that what you did? This fool looked a hot mess. Ew. You really sat there with that look on your face, hairspray on, to do your big freaking interview. I know people like to say, well, you weren't there, we weren't there, we don't know what happened. What we do know is that Wade is a pathological liar, and so is his family. Facts don't lie, people do. People just took advantage of Michael's kindness and his love for children and twisted it into something weird and creepy. A lie will sell better than the truth any day, especially if it's something that gets an uproar of a response. Ew, anything for money. James, this little umbrella holding James won this video competition. Michael stayed in contact with not just the boys or the kids, but the entire family. What do you guys just think kids are just walking up, lollygagging to Neverland? Oh my god, Neverland, oh my god, hey, we're here, open the gate. What the are you guys thinking? These people are so ungrateful and so weird. Just save your kindness. Save it. No, because he wouldn't be who he is. That's just who he is. It's unfortunate that people had to take advantage of him. That's what I really respect about Michael. His strength, his courage, his humility, and his integrity. You can't beat that. Jade, they're close in age, and they didn't speak about this happening. And it's really crazy because not only did they both defend him throughout his life, and through, you know, through the Chandler situation, through the Arvizo situation. So there's this theory that, you know, they were so afraid and they didn't want to tell on their friend Michael Jackson and they didn't want to get him in trouble. That's BS. During all of those times and opportunities where they were interrogated, they would have folded and told the truth. And they did every single time. They told the truth. Michael had never harmed them or abused them in any way whatsoever. And supposedly they were given gifts and whatnot. Like, bro, he gave gifts to everyone. He visited hospitals and gifted people all over the world. Like, that's normal Michael Jackson behavior. It's not to manipulate or lure anyone into his arms or into Neverland. It's just a giving person who happens to have the means to do things thoughtful and considerate for people, especially for kids who were terminally ill or not. It didn't really matter. He's just a giving person, like I said. Leaving Neverland or whatever, which they should have never had the opportunity to go in the first place, because look at how fucking ungrateful and pathetic they are. They should have never gone. In my opinion, the whole thing is a circus. It's just a production. You're just trying to get sympathy. You're trying to make a scene, make this mockumentary look legit in any way that he can. Oh wow, those are MJ's things. He must have really gone through it. No. The only thing he went through was falling off and a decline in his ability to dance, which had nothing to do with Michael Jackson. Like, why are you mad at Michael? Michael doesn't owe you any money or success or anything. Like, he doesn't owe you shit. Right along with your little newfound bestie who also happened to be like going broke. Of course, like, why not sue Michael Jackson? Why not come out to the media and get your little, you know, 15 minutes of fame? Why not book these interviews and sue the Michael Jackson production company or the MJ estate for millions and millions of dollars? These two really think that they're owed a penny from Michael Jackson? All of his hard work, decades of dedication and blood, sweat, and tears. The audacity of you, Jade. Those are two little boys who were Michael Jackson fanatics who grew up and were desperate for money. I mean, they are desperate for money. So they decided to lie on national television and they wanted to be Michael Jackson. They wanted Michael Jackson to be their daddy. They probably called him daddy. And there are still ongoing proceedings. How could you be okay with this? Speaking directly to Wade and James. And don't twist it. The fans aren't crazy and supposedly you guys are getting death threats. Like, you guys are complaining about people's response to your allegations. Well, you guys are lying about one of the worst crimes. Watch the ones with the biggest smiles, the idle jabbers.